there wasn't a single thing I could really point out that disappointed me. Now, granted, the villain itself, the villain is no Khan, but it's still a good villain. I mean, it's still a pretty good villain because he has a reason. There's a purpose to what he's doing, and he's very passionate about his goal as far as destroying the Federation and, of course, just ruining Spock's life.
The reason why I think that your best Star Trek movies work, and probably better with the best ones, I think with Wrath of Khan and this one that we have now, is because you don't. And this is touching back to what I'm saying. If you're not a Trek fan, like me, I don't know the whole history of the Romulans, the Klingons, and all that kind of shit. I don't speak Klingon or anything like that.
Join the club.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. But I come into these and I'm thinking, all right, what makes this work that I can just walk in at any time? And they managed to take classic themes that people can just grasp onto. You don't need to know that the Romulan history of this guy of Eric Bana in this movie. All you know is this guy has lost something that's very dear to him. He's lost his family and lost his planet. He has a grudge. He wants revenge. And that's what they play on.
Yeah.
They keep a fine balance of playing on classic themes and not going too deep within a bunch of science fiction jargon.
Yeah, and it's basically a film about dealing with loss. It's another time travel type film, but at the same time they do it very smart as far as letting you know that Destiny does have a plan, and regardless of what gets screwed up, everyone is destined to be on the Enterprise and to be what they be the legends that they are on that ship.
Look, it's one of those movies where the threat how good can a movie be when the threat isn't really there? Because you think about it, every person on the Enterprise, we know that they're going to live.
Right.
So it's a testament to this movie to say, like, you managed to entertain me and keep me thrilled, even though I know that none of these people are going to die.
Yeah.
And, nobody's going to get killed.
And the icing on the cake, as well as that, is that it pays a lot of respect to that original series. And honestly, when you see him on screen, it's a natural. You haven't seen the guy in years, and watching him on the film, he's a changed Spock. He is an old Spock, but he's not the kind of Spock that you remember, where he's kind of cold and reserved. Where he does have the emotion of he knows James T. Kirk is his best friend. You see him now as just a regular guy, which is great in this film.
Yeah, now it's almost like Spock went out and somewhere and smoked a doobie,
smoked a
little herb, and
yeah.
and chilled out a little bit. And he's
Exactly.
like, hey, I don't always have to be walking around my arms behind my back and shit, looking like I got a stick in my ass.
Putting on the classics, Cypress, Cypress Hill, putting on the golden oldies, and just chilling out and going, hey,
I want to get high. Oh man, you know what?
I'm having illusions.
Spock's probably looking at I've been a real bummer all these years, man. Shit, But Spock is more chilled out, man. You really hit on something, man, when you said that the key of this movie is watching these characters become who they are. They don't know what they're becoming, but we know.
Yeah,
and it's that anticipation that we ourselves are thriving on as entertainment in this.
Yes.
Now we're sitting up here just pretty much
we are stroking this movie,
masturbating about
like
this movie, man.
Believe.
Did
you have any problems with it?
I did, but I've already said what I had to say. I don't want to repeat myself too much.
Okay.
Well, I'll say what I said to have discussion with you.
Because I didn't have a chance to. I know the review's been up. I haven't had a chance to listen to it.
Well, what did you have any problems with this?
You know what? The funny thing is, I've only had two real It's more nitpicking than problems. Once again, like I said, Eric Bana, he did a great job, but he was no Khan in this film. You
can't expect him.
No,
to be.
And the thing is, you can't expect that.
They did try to pay homage to Khan.
You
could even say they were playing it safe by trying to make it Khan-like. Khan is somebody who's stranded with a band of other of other stragglers, and he's pissed off.
Right.
Look, we got the same thing here.
Pretty
I
much.
would say they played it probably a little bit too safe because it's the same template pretty much.
It is.
Yeah, he's basically the guy that's consumed and misguided by revenge.
But you know what? Hey, if you're gonna rip off something that works.
That's what I'm saying. It worked. You didn't think about it when you were watching it.
No, not at all. And that's a great thing. You don't think.
And they don't spend a whole lot of time.
Yeah, they don't beat you over the head.
This is a movie where that is not the villain is really not the highlight. We have to have some sort of adversary there, but like again, the real attraction of this is the
You're
crew.
right. It is the crew, and it's being reintroduced to the crew, and that is the meat and the potatoes.
Did you have anything else about
the only other thing, honestly, and now this is a real nitpick, is the score. I wish the score was a lot stronger because you know what? The one thing about at least the original Star Trek, the motion picture, the first one, and the Wrath of Khan, is that music always kind of just stuck out to you.
Did James Horner do the original?
James Horner, yes, and I want to say Jerry Goldsmith did the first Star Trek. But those two guys, the two composers, which they eventually went on to do even bigger and greater soundtracks. Their music always stuck out. I'll always, every time I hear the music cue during the Wrath of Khan, it's like memorizing the scene. I also memorize the music with each scene.
I guess that really is nitpicking because I mean, and I don't mean it in a bad way.
No, it is.
I mean, that's why because you don't think about it. Now, when I was watching the movie was, the music was appropriate. It was okay.
Right.
But I even remember listening to it and thinking, it's good. It's appropriate, good, but it's nothing special.
It's nothing you want to run out and buy.
Man, we don't. And there's no theme from this movie.
You're right. There is no.
Khan had his theme. And this movie has no real memorable theme.
No, not at all. I mean, of course, the one cool thing about it is you do hear the original Star Trek theme, which is great, but as far as its own theme, no, it doesn't.
You know what I did like though? Mm-hmm. I did like and I mentioned this in another review. Mm-hmm. I did like the fact that the aliens weren't obnoxious, man. They would just fit in the background. So it made it seem like they were more natural.
I'm glad. Another good point you're bringing up. Yeah, with those aliens, they look very natural, and the thing is, they looked fucking alien. They didn't look like some just some alien that I'm like, wait, did I see this guy in one of the Star Wars films? I mean, these aliens look like aliens. I mean, and granted, whoever did the special effects, I mean, I was very lucky to go, wow, whoever this guy is that made these creature designs, he needs to start working in more science fiction because it's been a long time since I've been impressed by an alien.
Oh yeah, because it ain't like Star Wars where they put. I mean, in Star Wars they make aliens come out and do a tap dance in front of people. And say, look what ILM made.
Exactly.
Look at me, I'm a great creation.
And there's nothing alien about him. It's like this fucking creature with the 8 arms is acting like goddamn Corey's uncle. What the hell? He is an alien. He looks like he's been fucking hanging out in Waco for God knows how long. What the hell?
But there was subtle things like there was a scene where it flashed by real quick. Mm-hmm. I was like, damn, that bitch's eyes are big.
Oh, I know.
And I was like, and then they came back and you saw like, oh, she must be from an alien planet.
Exactly.
I thought that's like that. She need to put her contacts in.
And the first time I saw her, I was like, oh god, she's going to be a distraction from one of the great scenes in the movie. I won't spoil here, but she wasn't. So they know how to use those special effects to where even though they are alien, where you're like, oh my god, what the hell is that? It doesn't distract you from the scenes.
No, it's almost I'm like they had a janitor with with fucking six arms walking by in the background, lips down to the floor, and so,
eight penises doing the windmill or whatever. No. Oh, but hey, we got a cameo in this. The Cloverfield monster. Did you see that guy?
Oh, talking about in the Arctic.
The guy. Yeah.
It was like
I think they were on Hoth, but
they went down. They went down to they went to Star Wars Galaxy.
Hoth,
the Hoth
Cloverfield monster. Yeah.
It was like the cousin of the Cloverfield monster.
Exactly. I'm like, oh my god, and that motherfucker looked fucking vicious. I mean, that was a great scene as well. I mean, and that's the thing I love about it. They hit every mark, especially when I watch a science fiction film where I'm on another planet. I want to see some like Star Wars shit from like the original films where I see creatures, fucked up looking creatures, eat one another, and I get that in this film.
Oh yeah, I want to be like Animal Planet with aliens. That's what they did here. I was like, now that's what I'm talking about. Uh-huh. Hey, speaking of aliens, we got another one in here. Another alien cameo.
Oh, what the Ugnaught?
No, Medea.
Oh my God!
Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry. He has invaded the universe. Yes. Medea is in full force. She is head of the Federation, for crying out loud.
I know.
How did that happen?
You look at that because I remember hearing about it. Now I'm not even saying this is a complaint.
Yeah, you're right.
I remember because we talked about this. Like somebody said, well, Tyler Perry is going to be appearing in a Star Trek movie, and I was like, oh, I guess that'll work. And then I seen him in the movie. I was like, what the fuck is he doing here? It was cool because he did a good job.
I know. When I heard that, I was like, bullshit. And of course, as soon as that scene comes up, you're like, Medea, what the hell?
You're supposed to be talking to Kirk and like full Medea maker. What you sign up for Starfleet, Starsheet? What do you Kirk Cook, whatever your name is?
What you doing with all them faces hanging out with them green big titty girls? What is wrong with you cheating on
your little wee wee and these green girls out here? Don't
cheating on that goddamn test all the time, Kirk? What is your problem? Boy, you don't listen. Spock, you pointing.
That's all right. You going with yourself. How you daring?
How you doing?
What's that you say? Spock, you pointy head bastard.
James T. Kirk, where are your children?
But you can get some hot grits stirring on you. But man, listen, J.J. Abrams. I mean, the guy has done a great job with every property he's come in contact with. I mean, even something that I wasn't crazy about, but I thought it was the best of the series. Something like Mission Impossible 3.
Yeah, Mission
He's
Impossible
done Lost. He's done. I mean, the guy really knows how to tell a story.
And you know what, man?
I mean, he didn't write this though. So
no, he did not write.
Who wrote this?
He directed it, but I mean, wow.
But the writers for this should be given as much credit, man. I mean,
the writers were, those guys were incredible. I mean, I wish these writers would do what they did with this film and somehow find that fucking black hole or whatever and fucking go get a ship and fucking take their ass back to whenever George Lucas thought about fucking redoing the goddamn Star Wars trilogy as far as the prequels and somehow say, hey, here's a script for 1, 2, and 3. Here you go, George. Read it and fucking let's make a movie.
Yeah. And no,
God damn.
No. You sit down.
You
let
us do this. Don't direct nothing.
That's what they need to do. The next Star Trek movie needs to be them going back in time.
Exactly.
We're gonna hit George Lucas in the back of the head, put him in a closet, and let J.J. Abrams direct the prequels.
Yes. Move over Star Wars, make way for Star Trek. I have to give it better than sex, Corey. I know.
I understand. And you got no fight from me.
Jesus Christ. But wow. I mean, and my sincerest apologies to all the Star Trek fans and nerds who I've been giving shit to for the longest time. I finally understand. My eyes have been open, and I understand why you dig this crap.
And you know what? I apologize too. I mean, I'm still putting Star Trek nerds in lockers. You know, I'm a grown man. I'm still going to high school campuses and looking for nerds, Star Trek nerds, and putting them in
majority of the time
cabinets.
They probably like it because they're hoping Scotty will beam them somewhere else. They can only hope and dream, Corey. They can only hope and dream.
Beam me up, Scotty.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. Hello.